Hello, my name is David Burkhardt. I would like to talk for a few minutes today about the topic of interactive art. Well, naturally, the question is, what is interactive art? Well, I've done quite a bit of thinking about the topic of interactive art and what the potential is, and I've come up with a number of ideas, and I am pleased to say that I will be presenting some of my ideas, my proposals about interactive art to you during a large number of video clips. This is the first one today, and so there will be a lot more because I have a lot of ideas which I have written down, and I will be presenting them to you over the coming months. Well, why am I presenting these things to you today? Because I'm looking for people who will join forces with me. Together, we could launch a project for interactive art. Okay? And why would it be important to make artworks that are interactive? Well, I live in an area in Germany near Murnau in Bavaria, and Murnau, the area is partially an artist colony. And I've been observing in recent years that interest in art is declining, is decreasing. That is, fewer and fewer people go to concerts. And I was at an art exhibit recently on the opening day. And my wife and I were the only people there in a very large gallery. And this is alarming, okay? So I say to myself, people these days are used to interacting with things because we live in the age of the internet. We live in the age of multimedia, and most especially, we live in the age of social media. People walk around with cell phones. People are very much used these days to interacting very actively with content. And I'm afraid, I believe that artists will have to make a very fundamental decision in the coming years. Are they going to continue the way they've been going, creating artworks in the usual way, or will artists be willing to adapt to our new times, characterized by very active interaction with social media content and so on? Let me today present just a couple of ideas to you, okay? And there will be a lot more, so I would encourage you to look back with me. I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel on YouTube for interactive art. Okay? I'll throw out a couple of ideas, and if what I say is of interest to you, do not hesitate to contact me via my email address, because I'm looking for people who will join with me, and together, as I said, we could launch a project regarding interactive art. Okay? My email address will be found at the end of this video clip. Okay, so let me throw out a couple of ideas for you here. Um, the first one is regarding interactions with paintings. Okay, so the first idea is show how a picture is created, a painting. Show how a painting is created. Okay, so I assume a painter paints a picture over several months and he finishes it. While the image is being created, the painter repeatedly photographs the current status of the painting. He saves these intermediate statuses with comments. He makes comments with them. Okay? Well, and then what about the exhibition? Okay? At the exhibition, imagine a room divider that can be pulled out and moved around. There are about 8 PC screens. Each screen shows one of the intermediate states of the finished work of art, painting. This allows the viewer to go from screen to screen and understand how the image was created. It is also very interesting to read the painter's comments. That is interesting and new, but let's go into greater depth now. Let's make this thing interactive. Okay, so the interactive aspect here is that the viewer stands in front of one of the screens. With a painting program, he changes, modifies, alters one or more aspects of the image. Okay? The following images are automatically adjusted by the programming. I know this is going to hurt for a lot of painters, but bear me out. Okay? I'm talking about interactive art, so, it requires some changing gears. Okay? So, the viewer with a painting program modifies one or more aspects of the image, and the painter is given permission by the programming to restrict what aspects of the painting can be modified by a so-called viewer. When the viewer leaves, he presses a button. His changes are saved for the painter. At the same time, his or her changes disappear from the screens. That way, other viewers also have the opportunity to modify slightly or slightly alter the original painting. If he or she wants, the painter can then upload the changes, the modifications made by these viewers. He can upload those modified paintings to social media. Okay? If he so desires. Okay? That's one idea. Now, I have a second idea I would like to inject here, which is about a dialogue between painter and viewer made possible by artificial intelligence. Okay? Artificial intelligence, AI, makes the following possible. A viewer stands in front of a painting shown, displayed digitally. The viewer listens to the painter's comments about the painting, excuse me, or the viewer speaks comments about the picture himself, and these spoken comments of the viewer are recorded. Okay? Okay. We have two people here. We have a painter and we have a so-called viewer, and the one seems to react to the other's words. These are texts generated by an artificial intelligence chatbot. A dialogue a real-time dialogue between the painter and the viewer comes about. These dialogues are stored for the painter. This feedback will be valuable to him. Okay, that's a second idea. I know that's going to hurt for a lot of people, but well, my topic happens to be interactive art, and yeah, yeah, it's different. It's different, but participation, interest in conventional art exhibits and concerts is declining in my area, certainly, okay, which is an artist colony, and something has to be done, okay. So it's going to hurt, just like any doctor would say. Now, I have another idea I would like to present to you here. A third idea about something I called interactive chains, okay? And what I mean here is that we consciously work with, play with several, multiple art forms all at the same time and create what I call interactive chains, okay? My first proposal about these interactive chains is the following, and in future video clips I will be elaborating and extending this, okay? First idea is fairly straightforward. I call this interactive concerts. Music is played. This is live music, so the musicians are there. The listeners paint pictures inspired by the music, okay? The listeners, these can be just anybody coming off of the street who volunteers to sketch or paint a picture, or these could be more or less semi-professional or fully professional painters. Okay, so during the live music, volunteers in the audience paint pictures. Now, how about the musicians? This now it becomes interesting. During a break, the musicians look at these pictures. The musicians let the pictures inspire them. Then they improvise. With their music, they express what they have seen and how they react to these pictures. This interaction can continue. Let me talk about that next. Okay? Let's have interactive concerts with multiple interactions, a real chain. Music is played. One or more listeners write a poem about the music. During a break, the poets read their poems. The musicians let these poems inspire them. Then the musicians improvise. With their music, they express what they have heard. Of course, this chain can go on and on and on, like this. The musicians improvise. With their music, they express what they have heard. The poets write again. Or the painters paint again. The circle closes, circle continues and closes, goes back to the beginning. During a break, the musicians look at the pictures or listen to the poems. Then they improvise and react in this way to what they have heard or seen. Okay, that was my first bunch of ideas, suggestions for interactive art. If anything that I have said today is of interest to you, contact me. My email address is info@new-ideas.de. And who knows? Something has got to happen. Something has got to change. And I would say let's do it. Thank you very much.